You know why we're always chasing love, chasing money, chasing goals, chasing whatever we deem outside of us to fill up the void we feel? It's because we only see the glass half empty. And because of this, we're always walking around trying to exude power outside of us to deem us worthy, to deem us safe, and to deem that, we're entitled to things outside of us. But the reason why we feel empty and the reason why that we feel a void is because we need to heal ourselves. Now, you don't need to be spiritual to heal yourselves. It's a needed guideline in order to learn how to fill the void that you feel within yourself. And when you learn these 3 tips I'm about to share with you today, you'll realize how profound and needed it is to heal yourself, so you can realize that you never need anything to make you feel whole and complete. What is Gooch, you beautiful awakened ones? Welcome back. Another episode on Embracing the Ascension series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I am a intuitive shaman, healer, and psychic tarot reader. I speak about spiritual development on this channel. I speak about emotional awareness, and I do guided readings for each zodiac sign. And I felt I need to be talked about things that need to be talked about because our divine right to know more than what we've been told. And if you want to know any of my business inquiries, who I is, well, all the information is down in the description box below. But other than that, you guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification button. And if you want any details on my merch, which I think is pretty dope, you could go down there and support me by looking at what fits your spiritual needs or what fits you as a spiritual badass. But other than that, beautiful beings, let's get into this. We're going to be talking about 3 ways to heal yourself. Now, before we get into this, I want you guys to understand you do not need to be spiritual in order to apply these, because I feel people in the spiritual community, it's beautiful to have rituals. It's beautiful to have strategies like journaling, meditating, doing moon rituals. All these things are beautiful. But I feel that what I'm about to share with you is actually very simple, very easy techniques to apply in your life to help you heal without needing to be spiritual, without needing to do all that abstract or even esoteric stuff. So you could be spiritual and not spiritual, and these same tips can help you heal yourself. And it's important to understand that everything I'm about to share with you, it has a lot to do with awareness. It has a lot to do with awareness. It doesn't really have anything to do with tools outside of you. It has everything to do with being aware of your internal self and your external self, and actually how to learn how to transmute everything through your conscious awareness. So these are very simple 3 tips to help heal yourself that I implement every single fucking day. And honestly, it's like I walk around doing shadow work all the fucking time. I do light work all the time. I do healing all the time, because it's literally just an awareness. You don't need anything outside of you. The same way with like crystals, techniques, rituals. All these things are beautiful tools to use to enhance who you are as an individual and your life. But I feel everything I'm about to share with you, it's so simple and so easy, and actually I feel it's very needed that anyone can apply these to their life to the point that you can start making massive transformations today. So let's get into it. So the first way to heal yourself and fill up that void is 1, applying the backwards law. This is very intriguing. When I started to learn this, please understand, when it comes to the reason why healing is important is because we can't maximize our potential and who we are as people if we're not aware of the resistance that's preventing that potential from being expressed. So I believe it's very important to become aware of the beliefs that you picked up as a child, of how you see money, how you see life, and how you perceive relationships in every area of life that makes up who you are as an individual. Because I feel when you become aware of all this, you start to realize that in order to create what you want in your life, you have to first let go of what's preventing what you want. And this is why when I started to learn this law, regardless of the law of attraction or the law of assumption, this law has changed my life completely. And this law has everything to do with releasing, not getting. Because like I said, we're trying to create a better life and a better version of ourselves, but we can't create from a place, from a broken foundation, and from those same beliefs and those same ways of being and those same habits. In order to create different results, well, we got to implement different ways to receive these results. So it's very important that I believe applying the backwards law really does help you release in order to allow. Because when you make space for what is actually in your benefit and for your best and highest good, then you can allow what it is you're trying to create to come through. But if you're not creating space, all you're trying to do is manifest, create, and it's piling on a false foundation. For example, a person can have $1 million. They worked their whole fucking life to get up to a millionaire. But when they get up to $1 million, they're still not happy. They're still worried. They're still stressed out. They're even worried about the $1 million they have in the bank account is gonna disappear. The reason why is because they haven't done the inner work to release all those falsity beliefs, all those false beliefs, all those lies, in order to allow themselves to be at peace with what they want. You get what I'm saying? Like for me, for example, when I wanted a relationship, I got it and it was really good, but I sabotaged it because underneath I didn't work on the belief that thinking I wasn't worthy of someone's love. So, of course, that made me sabotage love itself. So, you see what I'm saying? So, the reason why I feel the backwards law will be a beautiful way to heal yourself and to implement this in your life in order to create more space for what you want and for your healing. And not only just what you want, like physically, it's for like your happiness, mental clarity, emotional peace, This applies not just to manifesting, but just to internal peace for your inner world. So, applying the backwards law, the way this works for me is like instead of trying to always focus on what I want and what I want to bring into my life, what is causing the resistance to what I want? You see how this works? So the backwards law means that you're looking at the actual problem and seeing how it is actually a solution. I know this is a crazy thing to hear. So like for example, in order to make change, we have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's how I consider it. So in order for me to allow more love and happiness in my life, I can't keep affirming with affirmations like, oh, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. No, I don't want to lie to myself. I want to be fucking honest, especially being a divine being or especially wanting to live a life that's truly fulfilling. I got to be honest with myself. So the way that I implement this backwards law is like I see myself when I'm sad, instead of trying to make myself happy, I lean into that sadness. I lean into those limitations, those resistance, those fears, those triggers. Because the more I lean into them, the more, here's the crazy part, the more you lean into what is uncomfortable, you start to create more ease with that discomfort to the point you could gain clarity on why the resistance is there. And when you finally get that clarity and that awareness, the beautiful thing is when you're finally aware of something that is creating resistance, you can change it. That's the beauty. You can change it. So the backwards law, if you apply it, it helps with your healing because it helps you learn how to lean into what's uncomfortable so you can start creating ease. And when you create ease through what has been uncomfortable, you start to get comfortable, you start to gain clarity, you start to gain wisdom, and then you could apply that and gain more in your life. You get what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense to you guys. And I want to say this before I let you guys go on this last tip, and that is, Alan Watts said, the pursuit of happiness does not lead to happiness. The mystery of life is not to solve it, but to experience it. And that's what I mean by leaning into it. The way I apply this backwards law has helped me lean into everything I've been resisting within myself and everything that's preventing the best version of me to come to light. And the more I started to realize I don't need to aim at solving problems in my life. All I need to do is aim at the fact, why is the problem there in the first place? Not trying to find a solution, but why is there a problem? Why is there resistance? Why is this bothering me? The more I lean into that, the more I realize this life is a journey to be experienced. Once we can experience what is in our way, what's uncomfortable, we can learn to overcome it and actually experience better things. You can't experience better and new things until you experience the discomfort. Please understand. The universe is beautiful, it's wonderful, has best intentions for all of us, it's so generous. But you gotta understand, it's an ebb and flow. There is going to be downfalls, not just uphills. There's always going to be downfalls. So you have to experience the worst times as well, because that's what makes up the best times to come. So that's the first tip to heal yourself, is using the backwards law. And I highly suggest you actually go study this more, read articles about it. There's a lot of videos on it. It's really like so beneficial, because it teaches you how to let go, and the more you can let go, the more you actually allow. So, and on that, for example, something wants me to give you an example, like the more you let go of how you think, how you are, how you act, how you be, what you're used to, you challenge that. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that at the end. So we're going to get into that now. So the second tip, the second way to heal yourself and fill up the void that you feel is, this is the big one, seeing your traumas as a gift. That's the thing. The reason why all of us feel like we're broken is because we see our past mistakes, our failures, what we went through as a child, our upbringing. We see that as the problem. We see that as the reason why we can't be successful, why we can't have what we want. And thinking this way really bogs us down, really keeps us in the past, and really fears the future, really makes us fear the future. And not only that, it actually prevents us from living in the present moment and having blissful moments. I used to be just like this. But when I started to see my traumas as a gift, I literally start to see how everything is working in my benefit. And I know this sounds so crazy, but you might be asking, how is this a way to heal yourself? Well, here's the thing. Like I said, it's all about observation. You can use rituals, you can use spells. I mean, you can go to a shaman, you could go to a healer, you could go to anyone to try to make your life better. But your life would never get better because you're the only one who can change it. Apply it, have confidence that things can change. But you can never change from a pessimistic mindset. You guys, I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I've been through so much things in my life, to the point I'm still a little shocked that I'm still alive, wanting to commit suicide multiple times in my life, and actually almost getting killed at that. And because of having these experiences, I had to realize that all of this was a gift. And how can you start seeing your traumas as a gift, as a way to heal yourself? Is by recognizing that, one, I want you to know, do not have shame in anything that you went through, but don't make yourself a victim. Because if you want an abundant life, you can't be a victim to your circumstances. So I want you to know that everything you went through was not your fault. That's the first key that you have to understand. Everything you went through was not your fault. Like, trigger warning for me getting raped, me getting kicked out my home, me getting treated the way that I was treated by my family, by people, the way I was treating myself from being unconscious and toxic, It wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of me. It was because the fact that my soul knew I can have these experiences and actually transmute them and alchemize them. What if I told you, little do you know, everything that you experience was actually a part of your dogma? What do I mean by dogma? Dharma, not dogma. Dharma. Dharma means your purpose. What if I told you everything that you went through was actually a part of your purpose? Was actually a part of your gift, for you to be a gift to this world and to you. Everything you went through was actually helping you become your own healer, to seek out your own healing, to seek out your own happiness, to seek out your own love. So that's the way you can see your trauma as a gift, by realizing that it's an opportunity to see what the fuck you're made of. You get what I'm saying? And not only that, when you start seeing your traumas as a gift, you start transforming the way you think by realizing that, everything I went through was actually an opportunity for me to realize there is something about me that is needed in this world. It's a crazy way to look at it. There was something else I wanted to share. Oh, please, guys, bring it back to my mind, because I feel like that is so needed. There was something, I wanted to say so bad, and I knew it was going to be beneficial. Oh, bring it back to my mind, please. But other than that, yeah, when you start seeing your traumas as a gift, you start recognizing that, my God, I'm like trying to figure it out. Like, it bothers me when things slip my mind. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna fucking say that. But anywho, so that's what helped me heal, is seeing my traumas as a gift, and seeing it as a way that it is actually leading and propelling me to my purpose and to my truth. if that shit comes up, I'm going to say it and I'm going to interrupt what I was saying. So if that comes up, please guys, bring it back up. I want to share it. All right, so that's one way. That's another way you can heal yourself, is seeing your traumas as a gift and realizing that there is something that you can take from that and actually use it to your benefit as an opportunity to grow, to be better. And and this is how I see it for me. For example, me, facing suicide, facing death, facing being sexually abused. All of this has actually helped me with my spiritual gifts. Has helped me see how great advice I can give. It's helped me really become more compassionate and empathetic. And I realized that, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for these traumas. You get what I'm saying? So everything that you went through was actually just a gift for you to realize the blessing that you are and how strong you fucking are as a spiritual being. So that's the beauty of it. And even though I'm saying not spiritual, this is for people who are not spiritual. You're a spiritual being. You were just brainwashed to think that you're human. I just had to say that. But anyhow, let's go next. Let's go to the last and final tip on how to heal yourself. I like this one a lot. Because that means you gotta fucking challenge yourself. And I love a challenge. I'm a Kathy. I fucking love challenges. I really do. So, you got do, say, and be what makes you feel good on purpose. Yes, I said on purpose. What? I gotta be happy on purpose? What? I gotta be conscious of how I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and how I'm acting so I can realize the fact that everything that I'm portraying and exuding out into the universe is actually not who I really am. So I gotta be aware of who I have been that's not beneficial to who I want to be. What? I gotta do that? Yeah, you gotta do that. Yeah. Doing things on purpose. This is the whole point of healing yourself. You have to be aware of what made you think that you are broken. What made you think that you are broke? What made you think that you are not worthy? You have to realize these things. Because when you realize them, awareness creates that change. You can't change what you're not aware of. So when you're aware of how you are, then you can start consciously showing up for yourself in your life on purpose. And here's the thing. The reason why people like to stay on autopilot is because they don't want to take responsibility. They choose suffering and misery over happiness and responsibility because it's so much more easier to be led by something rather than to be your own initiator. And this is why I do what I do, because I want people to have their own fucking power. Because when you have your own power, no one can manipulate you, no one can use you, and no one can take from you. You are your own individual for a reason, and you gotta honor that power. Because there would never be another you, so you might as well be you. So, challenge yourself. This is the whole point of this, Most of us went through so much that we prolonged that suffering because we agreed to a story that this is all I experience. So subconsciously, you deserve it. You see how that works? So it's crazy to think that everything that we went through, the reason why we keep experiencing it, because we believe and feed that story of this is all I've ever experienced. So we start to believe this is all I ever deserve because we keep perpetuating those thoughts and those emotions and those feelings. And the way to heal yourself is by challenging that on purpose. Like for me, for example, this morning I got real fucking angry. I got so mad that all of my readings I didn't upload. And I had really bad anger problems when I was a kid. So when I got angry, I would punch things, I would break things. Like, it was just so bad to the point I even broke a fucking wall with my bare foot. That's how, let's just say I got some anger in me. But I had one of those outbursts this morning because nothing, was working in my favor. And I'm just like, I had to take a step back and challenge that. And the way I challenge this is by, one, being observant of the fact that, oh, I'm having a temper tantrum right now. Why? And then so that literally brought me to a place of realizing, who do I want to be? How do I want to react? Because I started to realize energy is what the universe reads. So how can I change my energy? Is this the energy of the person that I want to be? Or is this the energy of the person that I used to be? And that right there, like, hit a light bulb on. to the point of, oh, now I got to challenge that old version in order to be the new version. I know there's a saying that says, don't try to fight the old, just focus on the new. This has nothing to do with fighting the old. This has everything to do with being aware that the old is still trying to remain, but learning how to challenge the old by allowing the new to merge with you. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? So, be aware. And not only that, awareness has a lot to do with creating. You can't create more of your life if you're not being open to the possibilities of everything. Like for me, in order to have a miracle mindset, you got to walk around expecting those miracles. So meaning that you walk around, you're purposely wanting to be happy, and you're purposely being observant of everything and everyone around you, because you know miracles could happen anytime, anywhere. That's the same way with your healing. You have to be aware of what is already here that's creating the same things in your life that you don't like. And when you become aware of that, that's when you can start to change it into what it is that you do want to create for your life. So let's finish this one by saying, I love this one. You show up for you. You gotta show up for you, yo. You gotta show up for you on a daily basis. Because in order to heal yourself, it requires you to stop abandoning yourself. The reason why a majority of us feel broken, feel hurt, feel like we're nothing, feel like we're worthless, feel like we don't deserve anything is because we probably grew up in households that made us believe that we're not worthy of anything or worthy of what we want to believe in. So it's just like we abandon ourselves because other opinions are more powerful than your own. I want you to understand that you got to start showing up for you. A lot of people walk around this world still being little children in adult bodies because they don't want to take responsibility for their lives. They don't want to take responsibility for the traumas that they're still holding on to. Because of this is ruling them actually being emotionally, mentally, and spiritually mature. And because of this, it's because people don't want to show up for themselves. And I want you to understand that in order to have something to call your own, your life, your power, your voice, you have to show up for you. In the same way where you show up with the little kid who's getting bullied, you got to show up for you and challenge the old part of you that's trying to remain, that actually is bullying you into remaining the same. I know it sounds all crazy, but it kind of makes sense in a way, and I hope it does. And if it does, you know where that like button is. And let me know your feedback in the comment section below. I really would like to connect and see what you're getting out of this or any activations. Now, let's get into it. You show up for you. You feel that you do have a say in how you want to feel, be, and do. Purposely challenge what you have learned, hence no, and doing things that are the opposite of that will bring a different reaction. You see what I'm saying? So it's very important to know that if you really want to heal yourself, you got to first challenge everything that's made you who you are. And here's the thing, you guys. In order to create real change, you have to be honest with yourself. Do you like who you currently are? Because majority of us subconsciously we do. That's what, because it's really comfortable. But when you get honest about it, like, wow, I really don't like where I am. I really don't like who I am. Like for me, for example, I always thought I had to hustle and bustle for money. And my parents were always worried about money. And there was a power struggle over money. And I always thought money was just not something that I really want to invest in. But I started to realize you need money in order to live. So I started to realize my perceptions of money were very limited. And the more I started to work on my money beliefs and my relationship with abundance, I started to realize how much abundance started showing up in my life. Hence, you see in the background. Like, I've never experienced anything like this. But the fact that I am shows how much I've been healing myself and being aware and challenging the old version of myself. So, it's very vital to understand that in order to make anything different in your life, you got to show up different. You gotta show up different. If you want people to treat you better, how are you treating people? If you want your business to grow, how you show up for everything? Because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. If you half-ass at work, you're gonna half-ass at your business. That's how it works. If you half-ass at a job, you're gonna half-ass at your dreams. That's how it is. So it's like when you're in the state of feeling low about yourself, how are you going to lean into that and remind yourself that this is only trying to teach me? It's not who I am. You get what I'm saying? You gotta challenge your stories. Gotta challenge your beliefs. You gotta challenge yourself as a person. Hey, baby. What's up, Rudy? Ah, you are just so cute. God, I can't handle it. Just stop. Do you see that cute? Stop, Rudy. Stop being so handsome, sir. He is just... He is the most obedient dog ever. Oh, here he comes, here he comes. Are you coming? Are you coming to give me love? Oh, no, he just wants to go scratch himself. Anywho, I'm not taking that personally. I'm going to challenge that. I'm going to challenge that sadness of not feeling chosen. Let me stop. I should let that void. But anywho, you beautiful beings, those are the 3 ways to heal yourself, regardless if you're on the spiritual journey or not. These are 3 ways I have implemented in my life that help me learn to fill up my own cup and to fill up the void that I feel within. It's helped me feel more complete and whole in who I am. So other than that, you beautiful beings, I really hope this helps. I really hope it brought really clarity, even activations, and more understanding of who you are as a person, and feel like you actually... and it is possible to be able to heal and change yourself. So other than that, you beautiful beings, if you did get any confirmations from this, any clarity, or learn something, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button. Let me know your feedback in the comment section below so we can connect, and if you want me to do more videos like this. But other than that, you beautiful beings, if you want to book your own personal reading, healing session, or need any assistance on how to implement your own healing, all the information is down in the description box below to book an appointment with me today. But other than that, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for showing up. I truly appreciate you supporting me and trusting me on your journey. But until then, boo-boos. I'll see you next time.